Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to do a bit of a viewer's collection review. And this is a good loyal fan of mine. He's been a great fan, and he very kindly made a $50 donation to the Archie Luxury channel. And look, I've actually put that money towards buying a Nikon D80, and I bought a Nikkor macro lens. So my photography, I hope to improve some of the shots for my viewers. So anyone who makes donations, it's all spent on improving the channel. So, you know, hopefully if I get a bit more money, I'll be able to buy a fucking microphone that works properly. But this was from Ragnar. Ragnar's a great guy, really nice guy. He sent me a nice email. He's actually sent me a few emails. He's a lovely guy, and I really enjoy, you know, serious collectors having a great collection. I love people who put a lot of thought into it, and then they come and ask me what do I think. And I gotta say, Ragnar, I can't fucking fault your choices. Now let's just discuss it so the viewers here can chip in and give some advice as well. But Ragnar wrote to me, and I've actually read the email out, and he told me that he's got a gold Rolex from the '60s, and he likes that. That was a special piece. I believe it was a gift from his father. Sorry, he inherited it from his grandfather. It's a Rolex date, and it's you know, Ragnar's not a huge Rolex fan, but you know, it's got sentimental value, and I agree. You know, it's not a bad piece there. And the next piece that Ragnar's got, he's got a Breitling Chronomat. Now, you know, Ragnar, I got to be honest with you. My fuckwit boss I had, this was a little while ago, the Scotsman who wore the Chronomat, who wore a white pearl necklace. I mean, fuck me dead. If you're not a tosser, you know, I mean, who the fuck, men cannot wear pearl necklaces. But he wore a Chronomat, so yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Chronomat, but I am biased because I've suffered because of that asshole. But you know, I understand there. Look, it's not a terrible piece. It's a chronograph, for God's sake. You know, and I must admit, I really like your blue dial on your Chronomat. That's, you know, it gives it a bit of class. It's quite a nice piece. I you know, jokes aside, I don't mind that. I think those are two good pieces to have, and in your collection you've got to have pieces which aren't your minters. You know, you need to, it's all very well to have a Patek, to have a in my case a Patek, an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a Reverso, but fuck, what do you wear just for everyday sort of work use, or, you know, semi-manual sort of shit you're doing around the house? You know, I mean, I wouldn't wear a watch for doing anything manual, but I mean, you know, just doing a bit of helping the wife move some furniture or tidying up some things, you want a little watch on your wrist, and it's good to have some workhorses, and I think the Chronomat fits that bill fine. But you know, Ragnar's got an interesting tale to tell. He said he really wanted to, last year he decided to move things up a class, and he wanted to figure out what does he need. So he became a fan of the channel. And that other guy, the What Snob, I'll forgive you for listening to the Snob. And he said he wanted 3 watches. One for everyday use at work, a sports watch, and a dress watch. Now, Ragnar's first purchase was the everyday watch. And what he actually chose was a Jaeger-LeCoultre Amvox 2 Grand Chronograph in rose gold. And I gotta say, you know, that's a pretty fucking nice piece to come up with there. It's a great piece, and I really do like the choice there. And Ragnar makes a good point. He originally wanted a steel everyday watch, but once he had the the rose gold Jaeger-LeCoultre chronograph in his hand, he just fell in love with it. And that's a great thing. You're always good to to taste these things before making a decision. And he was able to get a good discount. Jaeger-LeCoultre, you know, you can get a bit of a discount. And I gotta say, Ragnar, that's a fucking sexy watch. It's a fucking sexy watch. I absolutely love it. I think it's a fucking classy thing. It's look, it's a hell of a lot more classy than the Breitling or the Rolex. But it's not just that. It's the fact that it's just such a fucking funky sort of watch. It's got that exposed section on it. I absolutely love it. I got to be honest with you there. I'm going to give you full marks. I think that's just a fucking gorgeous piece to have. I mean, fuck. They're not cheap. I will say that much. They're certainly. I think you were saying in your email to me is that you could have got an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore chronograph in steel for similar money. Yep. That's not a bad fuck-off piece itself there for an everyday piece. But rose gold, I adore rose gold. I can't fault your choice there. I think that's a good choice. That's your everyday watch. Purchase 2 was your sports watch. And you said to me you like swimming, you did a bit of skiing. You also like walks with the dog. Fuck me dead. This sounds like a dating column, doesn't it? Fuck me dead. But you say there you rejected the Blancpain 50,000, and then you decided on you were looking at the AP Royal Oak Offshore Diver and the Jaeger-LeCoultre Navy SEALs Diver Alarm. And what you say is you managed to get a better price on the Jaeger-LeCoultre, and yeah, that's right. AP, they're fucking stingy bastards when it comes to discounting. They won't discount much, but I mean that's the strength of the brand. And you say that you didn't really like the rubber strap on the AP. Yeah, I can understand that. And the Jaeger-LeCoultre Navy SEALs Diver Alarm comes on a titanium bracelet. I mean that's titanium. Titanium does scratch a bit, but it's a fucking great metal. And I gotta say this to you, for a diving piece, I'm just so fucking pleased you didn't buy a sub. I mean, that's what every wanker buys there. But I mean, the Jaeger-LeCoultre diver there, I mean, that's a fuck off piece. That's another fuck off piece. It's just cool. It's just it's a sexy piece, and I really love it. And then finally, your third piece, which was your dress watch. And you wanted a slim, elegant watch, which you could wear with a tuxedo. And you mentioned there that you think the Patek Calatrava is the ultimate dress watch, and you couldn't get a good deal. Well, you know, I agree with you, Ragnar. If the bastards aren't fucking, you know, going to give you a deal, fuck them. You know, fuck them completely. I mean, you want bang per buck? We're in a fucking global financial crisis. And, you know, you told me that you got a Jaeger-LeCoultre Ultra Thin 38mm 175 anniversary limited edition in rose gold. It has one of the slimmest movements in the market. Yep. I gotta say this to you. I really fucking love that rose gold piece. And it's got the most gorgeous display back. And I've got to hand it to you. That's a fucking sexy piece. Nothing fucking wrong with that piece at all. That's a fucking cool piece to have there. And you go on to say, your wish list. Since I already have some Jaeger-LeCoultre watches, I suppose I'll get myself a Reverso. Reverso is, in my eyes, the most iconic watch model that exists. Number 1 on the list is the Grand Reverso GMT in steel, which likely will be my next purchase. You go on, I also want a perpetual calendar, and if not, surprise me if it also became a Jaeger-LeCoultre. Ragnar, I gotta say this to you, you know, I've often thought about being a one brand collector. That's where instead of having fucking in my collection, I only have one brand, only one model of one brand. So I only have one Rolex watch in the collection. I don't have 2 Rolexes. I have only one Patek, and this is the rules I've set to try and give me some broad scope. But the other side of me has said, well, fuck it. What would it be like to just have one brand? And I've often done the equation with Rolex. I thought if I sold everything I've got in my collection off and bought only Rolex pieces, and then, you know something, Ragnar, I've actually done the sums for going to Jaeger-LeCoultre, and I gotta fucking say this to you. I think if I was to become a one brand person, and I'll be honest with you, I could never sell my Patek. I love it so much, and you know, I love having the diversity in my collection, but I'd honestly consider Jaeger-LeCoultre. Jaeger-LeCoultre is a fucking cool brand, and I remember reading on the internet, you know, not so long ago, there was they were at Basel. This journalist was at Basel, a watch journalist, and he was having schnitzel and beer with some Patek watchmakers, and they all had on Jaeger-LeCoultre. That's the fucking thing. Jaeger-LeCoultre is such a wonderful brand, and I think, I'll be honest with you, Ragnar, what is missing in your collection is a Reverso. I definitely agree, and I'll be honest with you, the best Reverso to get, I always have said this, steel Reverso is what the Reverso is famous for. A steel Reverso on a leather strap is what I'd be getting, Ragnar. And I'll tell you this too, I would be going for a steel Reverso on a leather strap, manual wind only. That's right, only manual wind. I would not go for an auto. And I'll be honest with you, Ragnar, stay away from the Squadra. I do like the Squadra, but I think in your collection, because you're a Jaeger-LeCoultre nut, you need that golden ratio proportions, and you can only get that in the Reverso. I personally, you're asking me honestly, I would go for a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date. I think that's the most beautiful model in the whole lineup. Manual wind. And I gotta say this, you know, I've just recently bought my wife a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso in steel. I got her the bracelet version because my wife doesn't like leather straps, because I bought her 2 Cartiers and she never fucking wore them because they had leather, and one had a leather strap and the other one had a satin strap. She just didn't like them. So I got her a steel Reverso with a steel bracelet, the Reverso bracelet. But the important thing is, I got her manual wind. It's got to be manual wind. And I think for you, you've got such beautiful pieces there, Ragnar. I'd be looking at a Reverso, steel, manual wind, leather strap, and I reckon the Reverso Grand Date would be an, you know, perfect piece. I don't believe they're made anymore. They're actually, you'd have to get one, you know, on the second-hand market, but that's okay. You could easily get a good deal on them. And I gotta say, you got a fucking beautiful collection, a collection you should be damn proud of. You got some really nice fuck-off pieces there. Personally, the Rolex, if it was a gift from your grandfather, fuck, you're a lucky chap to get a gift like that from your grandfather. I look at the crap that I was given and it's rubbish. I'd never ever sell the Rolex. It's cool to have one Rolex as well, and a gold date model. Hey, that's really cool. As far as the Breitling Chronomat goes, fuck. You're not going to get huge money on the second-hand market for it. It's okay. Keep it as your beta. Okay? Keep it as the beta. It's not a... Breitling's not a bad watch. I think Breitling is better than Omega, okay? That's my own view in the hierarchy. Keep it. And add a Reverso. And as for you want to get a perpetual calendar? Fuck. I want one too, my friend. I want one too, but I'm not going to even look at them yet because, you know, that's big money. You got to have something to aim for. When a man has achieved all his goals, it's time for him to die. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think.